subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
All right, we're in the building. We're here. We're in here. Round of applause to you. Welcome to the Tap In. I am Tariq, and we're ready to chop it up like we always do. I am in here, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have everybody in the mix. Ready to get it in. Everybody give me a retweet. Let everybody know that we are here live right now. Everybody give me that retweet real quick while everybody's piling on in here. Before we get started, let me do a real quick shout out to some of the regulars real quick. Not going to take too long. We got 7666, FBA Furball Jess, Monsoon, Sicily. We have Stones, MRK. We got Ania Saru, Lalo, me, Latia, Anthony, Devontae, Ty Powell, Highland. We got Melody. We got Empowered FBA, Fantastic Beauty. We got Brother Maroc. We got Tarsha in the building. We got Black Views FBA. We got Hoodoo, Ernest, Shane, Cornbread Mafia, Black Receipt, Joe Breezy, and the Tethanator FBA Furball in the building, man. So shout out to all the regulars and many, many more that I did not mention. And we're going to get right into the game, the chopping it up. And we're going to get calls early. So if you want to chop it up with us, get in the queue early, ladies and gentlemen. What I want to talk about, have y'all been hearing about this thing that's going on with Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark? You know, they got their little sports rivalry, but now some of the commentators, some of the sports commentators, there's some rivalries going on there in relation to Angel Reese and the game and all of that. So the WNBA, they just had a game, and it was two of the most popular players on the WNBA, the Magic Johnson and Larry Bird of WNBA, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. So they were playing. Angel got a major foul from Caitlin. Caitlin fouled the shit out of her, and people are mad at Angel for getting fouled. Angel got upset. She pushed Angel down. Angel, I mean, it was a flagrant foul. Pushed all on the ground, and Angel got up, damn near wanting to scrap. And they, you know how the dominant white society and the media, they're trying to portray her as the angry black woman. They're doing the angry black woman trope, and they're trying to point out that she pushed another player before the play, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't, oh no shit, where you just knock somebody down. That was some real foul shit. And you know, people have been talking about it, and there have been a lot of racial epithets thrown at Angel Reese by some of the sports fans, and the WNBA, they put out a statement talking about they're going to investigate and all this stuff because there's been a lot of racial animosity towards Angel Reese, and we're going to get into that a little later. But some of the sports commentators, they're chiming in, and you know, many of these sports commentators are former athletes, current and former. And one person chimed in, Griffin, your boy Sambo Griffin, Robert Griffin III. He chimed in. And this Robert, he's been kind of buck dancing for years, but he kind of said something. Let me read what he said. He said, after watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there's no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. So a lot of people are looking at him like, nigga, what are you talking about? What you trying to say? You know, because he has a history of saying little slick stuff now. This dude has been saying slick stuff for a minute. He's been saying a little old slick, racially charged stuff. So some people have been calling him out on it. One person who called him out, another commentator, former NFL player, um, Ryan Clark, called him out. Ryan Clark is on ESPN. And what did Ryan say? Ryan said something to the effect. I'm trying to pull up all of this stuff. He says, when Griffin jumps up onto the hate train or the angry train, it follows what we saw with Keith Olbermann, Dave Portnoy. They poured in on Angel Reese to make her the villain and to make Caitlin Clark heroic. And he said the one thing we know about RG3, that's Robert Griffin III, is that he's not having conversations at his home about what Black women have to endure in this country, about what young Black women and athletes like Angel Reese have to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension to stardom. And then he goes on to say, he said, if you're RG3, when is the last time within your household you had a conversation about what Angel Reese is dealing with? You haven't been able to do that because in both of your marriages, you've been married to white women. And he went in that you haven't had the opportunities to have those conversations to educate you on what they're feeling, what Black women deal with, what they're seeing, and what they think of a young Angel Reese. So he went in. He went in. Hold on, let me see what else he said. What they're seeing, young Angel Reese, the whole time that he's mimicking Angel Reese and bobbing his head and moving his neck while he's doing the whole piece, his wife is in the back clapping. He says, Ryan says, when I worked with RG3, he would make all these sorts of corny jokes about milk and how he loved it and how important it was. And he always points out on social media the color of his skin, his wife's skin, which is true. Now let's be real. Now and Robert Griffin, he came out kind of saying, "Oh man, ooh, you attacking my wife. Oh, you're attacking my wife. Oh, you taking it personal. Oh, you done took it to a personal place." But truth be told, Robert and I've been calling Robert out for years for his Samboing. He's been bucking his eyes Samboing for years. I got tweets where I've been calling that dude out. Y'all remember some years ago when Robert Griffin III, he got on air. He had to apologize for making a racially charged comment about some of the Black players. He was like, "Yeah, they're gonna run the ball and all that. Them jigaboos ain't gonna be able to do this and that." And he called them jigaboos on the air, and people are like, "What the hell? What the hell you sitting up there talking about? Somebody's a jigaboo? What's that about?" He think he's a dark skinned white boy, yeah. So people have been calling him out. And boy, he got that white woman. He got a white wife, and not a bad looking white woman. But boy, this dude be doing the Sambo grin. Every image of him with her is the Sambo grin. And let's be real. You can go look up some of his tweets. He's always talking about milk. He does make these little references about his wife's skin color all the time. Like, ooh, look at me. I'm out here. Ooh, I got me a tall glass of milk. Ooh, look at us. I saw another tweet. Ooh, look at us. Cookies and milk. Ooh, it's milk and cookie day. Look at us. Milk and cookies. God, what, man? He's like in Sambo heaven with that white woman. Okay, brother. Okay, we get it. You got you a white woman. Every tweet of milk and ooh, me and this milk. I got me some vanilla milk, some buttermilk. Ooh, milk. He does. Yo, look up some of his tweets. Go look up him mentioning milk. It's real weird and it gives Get Out. Like he's in the sunken place. Hey, brother, all right, you got you a blonde white woman. All right, calm down. Stop grinning. Damn, you gonna be all right. But listen, I'm with Ryan Clark on this. I'm with Ryan Clark because this dude, Robert, man, and as it relates to this criticism of Angel Reese, because that's not cool. Because Robert, let's be real, Robert's trying to get him some butter biscuits. That's all. When people sit up there and start denigrating a Black person, in front of white people while saving another white person because he had the cape on for Caitlin Clark. That's what a lot of these Sambos do. You're just trying to get in the good graces with the white supremacists. Yeah. See, that whole public obsession with his wife's skin color, see, that reflects an internalized validation through whiteness. You see, that's like some kind of fetishized contrast between whiteness and his own identity. So that's some kind of deep internalization of the white gaze, where white approval is like a status symbol to this Sambo. And him throwing shots at Angel Reese, that reflects that same kind of gaze, where they demonize black women. That's going to get you more butter biscuits. And that whole thing talking greasy about Angel Reese. I mean, you can criticize. I mean, that's fine, but you know that there's a lot of racial undertones with a lot of the quote criticism of Angel Reese, and you know that. You know there's racial undertones to it. Not even undertones; they're being overt with it. So, and RG3, his comments that kind of reflects the dominant white supremacist narrative. Talking about Angel Reese hates on Caitlin Clark. That's what the white supremacists were saying some months ago. Remember, they were all on social media talking about how all the black girls are jealous of Caitlin Clark because she's so beautiful and she can play so great. There's a bunch of white supremacists saying this horse shit. Yeah. So, talking about Angel Reese hating Caitlin Clark, that's that whole, again, he's playing into that angry black woman trope. You're framing Angel Reese and framing her competitiveness as irrational hate. It's not. Angel Reese don't really hate that woman. So, that mirrors how the dominant society and the dominant media treat black female athletes. They did that with Serena Williams. They try to portray her as the angry black woman and hostile if they're competitively intense. Oh, she's playing us the hate. Ooh, that's a plantation hate. Yeah. And Griffin, he's done this. He's always saying little slick stuff, and he tries to play the good Negro for white acceptance. You know, you know how they do these Sambos. They try to distance themselves from so-called what they perceive as undesirable black traits. So rather than defend Angel Reese against racist double standards, he joins that chorus of racially tinged criticism. You see? And Ryan Clark, again, I'm with Ryan Clark. He rightfully called him out on the racial undertones. He correctly identified, and I like that. I respect that. That's what you're supposed to do. Let's not play games. He pointed out how RG3 he failed to account for the unique pressure and criticism that black women in sports face. And his remarks did feed into those damn oppressive stereotypical narratives. Yeah? And Griffin, man, he uses that whiteness as a shield. He's all flaunting that interracial marriage, all that milk metaphor, and all of that stuff. So he I guess psychologically and even physically, he tries to align himself more with whiteness. And part of whiteness, you have to reject blackness. That's part of the deal. Almost like he's trying to separate himself from the struggles of the black community and all of that. So his views on Reese, that's filtered through a detached lens. And like I said, he always had that little subtle anti-black sentiment, talking all of that greasy shit, talking, calling people jigaboos and all that nonsense. And his commentary wasn't really analytical. That was saying, "Oh, you hate her. Ooh, that's some hate. That's beyond sports. That's hate." That's not analytical. You're not a sports analyst. Now you're being judgmental. That's some judgmental bullshit. You weren't breaking down some kind of game strategy or anything like that. You made that's a personal attack, saying that Angel Reese quote hates Caitlin Clark. You don't know that, which she doesn't. You don't. Nobody wants to get pushed the hell down. Yeah, you get somebody push you down and damn near mess your leg up. She pushed her down hard. That could have resulted in some kind of serious injury. So yeah, Angel Reese. Yeah, you're going to get up like, damn. Hey, what the hell is up? Yeah. And that's the thing with this racial hostility towards Angel Reese. Now, she got pushed down to the ground by Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin is the damn victim. You see how white supremacy works? That's how white supremacy works in a nutshell. You do things, and then when people retaliate or people get back at you for doing something slick, now you're the victim. It's like Kyle Rittenhouseism. You go take your ass across state lines with an illegal gun and premeditated murder on your damn mind, and then you get over there and people see you're trying to ambush people and they run you off the block. You start busting on everybody, and then you are portrayed as the damn victim. As white supremacy in a nutshell. Uh, so where's all of this racial animosity coming from towards our sister Angel Reese? Where's that coming from? Because the white supremacists really have a bug in their ass about her. You know what that is, man? First of all, she kind of disrupts the acceptable image of a WNBA player. That's one thing. So Angel Reese, she doesn't fit that stereotypical mold that many white audiences expect from WNBA players. You know, well, let's can we keep it real? She's not a stud. Let me. So she's not an asexual stud. That's one thing, and I'm not hating on the studs. Shout out to the studs. I know we got a couple of studs in here. Y'all my niggas. All right, we got some studs in here, and I'm not knocking the studs. But white people, they don't mind no studs. They don't mind that, especially white women. That's because that's not sexual competition. They don't mind the stud. But then you have this cute black woman with a nice shaped little bubble on her, very feminine, goes to the game, walks in there fashioned up. So now that's a different vibe. So she's feminine, she's fashionable, unapologetically black, she's attractive, and she challenges that comfort zone. And you contrast her to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark looks like, you know, Venus de Milo, the Jim Carrey character from In Living Color. You know that and they try to make Caitlyn a thing, but no, Angel Reese is the one. So they're used to players who are less feminine and less culturally assertive. So Angel kind of threatens those norms right there. And also, Angel represents that new generation of unapologetically black femininity. See, she embraces her nails, lashes, edges, just a natural swag, which is cool. All these symbols that's culturally rooted in foundational black American womanhood. So there's like an unfiltered confidence there that reminds people that black women like her and others who are constantly scrutinized and they're hated because they dare to shine with their black feminine essence. Just like Flojo. Flojo was badass and very fashionable. She came in and she had her own style, had the one leg thing going on, just changed the game, brought style and flavor. Our sisters always do that. Yeah. And our sister Angel Reese, she's popular and influential beyond the court. She has a lot of millions of social media followers. She got brand deals, magazine covers, a real thorough fan base that extends beyond basketball. Um, that level of mainstream influence from a young black woman that makes the dominant society uncomfortable, especially when she doesn't tone herself down to gain approval. No, she keeps it a buck. She says what she says and means what she says. And again, it's that whole thing, just like with our brother Shador Sanders. She's seen as too confident for a black woman. The cute girl go in, girl next door. She's very confident, has her head up. Um, White society, they like to reward modesty in black women. You know, they kind of want you to be a mammy or just the illusion of being a mammy. But Angel, she's a good looking girl, outspoken, proud, competitive. She doesn't shrink herself down. She has a level of boldness that's there. So they, you know, that's red. They look at that as arrogant. Um, in that when they were playing college ball, she was stunting on Caitlin Clark about the ring, putting her hand in her face and all that. So they don't like that. They still got those memories where this arrogant black woman is being very cocky and condescending to her white competitor. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. They never forget that. They think she's an uppity, sassy negress. Yeah, they're mad because she really outshined Caitlyn in college. That rivalry started then. That's what really got the WNBA popping. And let's be clear, I done said this a million times. It was Angel Reese who got the WNBA popping the way it is now. It was Angel Reese. And the white media, they're elevating Caitlin Clark, but it was really Angel Reese that got it popping. Yeah. Because I think Clark had taunted her before, so Angel Reese kind of taunted her back. And white society, they never forgave her for doing that. They're like, "Oh, how dare you disrespect our golden girl?" But Clark, from what am I right on that? Didn't Clark kind of antagonize her first when they were in college? Because we only see when Angel was like, "Yeah," point to her finger, like, "Yeah, look at these rings." Do we have any WNBA fans in here? I don't watch it like that, but I do, from what I understand. I think Caitlyn was kind of doing the bullshit first. Let me get Viral Drip in here. Let me get Viral Drip and see if he knows. Viral, help me out with it, brother or sister. What's up, Viral? Hop on. Viral, Viral.
Yo, what's up, Flex?
How you doing, brother?
Oh, good. No, it was like the match before that LSU match where Caitlin Clark was taunting another player, and she was getting all in it and doing the John Cena. We all know that's Tony Yayo stuff that she was doing, but yeah, she was rubbing it in real good, and then Angel Reese come along and bust that ass for. And when Angel Reese started doing it, it was all bad. Angel Reese was the villain in the whole situation.
Right, right. But it was Caitlyn who started the shit. Right,
Yeah.
right. That's what I thought.
And my brother, I want to say something else.
Go ahead.
This whole thing with Shador, I was an all sports fan until Cap did what he did and they blackballed him.
Yeah,
I watched it all. This whole thing with Shador is about his daddy
yeah.
because we all know Dion. He walked it and he talked it, and they never forgave him for that, and they took taking it out on his son is what they was doing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. It's some real funny stuff. Thank you, brother, for the call. It's some Yeah, the racial politics, man. Look, the media, they always racialize things in sports, even especially sports rivalries. They like to cover rivalries between black and white athletes, and they always cast the black player as the villain. The black one is always the villain, no matter what. And in the Angel Reese and Clark storyline, Angel is always demonized. Even when Clark commits a foul, when Clark does the antagonizing, if you respond, you're the villain. You see, they let these people. That's the thing about white privilege. See, you get away with murder. You get away with dirty plays. What's that white boy, Grayson Allen? That's the dirtiest player in the game. That white boy's so damn dirty. His whole career is just dirty ass plays. He's like violently dirty. This dude be tripping people up, elbowing them, kneeing them. Oh, they don't do nothing to this dude. They don't give him no slap on the wrist. They act like they don't see him doing all them dirty plays, and he's been doing that shit his whole career. Y'all just go look up Grayson Allen. They got like whole highlight reels of all of his dirty ass plays. Yeah. And yeah, if anybody stepped to him, oh God, I'm a white boy. I don't gangbang. I just want to be white like my coach. Yeah, he gets white. He whitens up when they about to whoop on his ass. Yeah. But going back to our good sister Angel Reese, um, she's not humble. She doesn't do the humble thing for white comfort. She doesn't cater to white audiences. She speaks in her regular FBA vernacular. She shows love to the community. She doesn't make herself palatable to the dominant society, and they want black athletes to show gratitude for acceptance. They want a stud. They want a stud, preferably a stud chasing a white woman. Yeah. Yeah. And the fact that she's connected with brothers, that's another thing they don't like. Oh, she's not really a bed wench like that. That's another thing. They either want you to be a stud or a bed wench, and she doesn't seem like either one. And black femininity is already heavily policed. If it's your hair, your tone, your posture, your body language, the sisters by the dominant society, they're hyper surveilled in public spaces. So when Angel shows emotion, frustration, it's always hostile. Oh God, she's being hostile. Oh God. Now when the white players, when they do all this stuff, oh, they're passionate. Oh God. Look at the passion. Look at that Aryan passion. Now you got the same passion as a black person. Oh, that angry black bitch. Oh God. Oh, she's gonna stab somebody. Oh, she's gonna fight. Look at her with her big ass jiggling. Look at her. You know. So those double standards that fuels that racial animosity. And also Angel Reese, she symbolizes black cultural power. You know. Her influence it's cultural. It's not just personal. She brings in that HBCU energy, fashion, yeah, the hip hop vibe. She's at hip hop shows, rap concerts, getting on stage, and she keeps it FBA. She keeps that thing for real black. She ain't bed winching it up. She's the sister next door, the girl who grew up on the round the block from you. So she represents the culture. Yeah. And she's playing ball with confidence. Now people can talk about how good of a player, how bad of a player she is. That's speculative, but her cultural impact, that's real. Her cultural impact is real. And like I said, it was her cultural impact that made the WNBA pop off. Because listen, Caitlin Clark's popularity is basically it's corporately manufactured. All right, let's be real. Let's be very, very real. Caitlin Clark, she's pushed by the corporate media. They're trying to make her a thing. You understand? Listen, Caitlin, she's marketed to fulfill the great white hope role. So, Caitlin, she's been strategically elevated by the corporate media to really fill a void. She's the white savior in a black dominated space. So her image is really curated by the corporate structure. They have to portray her as wholesome, humble, and fierce. She's the perfect package for the corporate sponsors. They who need a non-threatening white face to sell women's basketball to middle America. Angel Reese, on the other hand, see, she broke through the culture, not the corporations. Angel Reese didn't rely on the white-owned corporations to go viral. Remember, she got things popping virally from the grassroots. Black Twitter, um, online spaces sharing clips of her. It was her energy, her look, her confidence that resonated organically with the masses because we saw somebody relatable. Oh yeah, we know a girl. Oh, that's like the homegirl next door. She's playing like the homegirl. So she made everybody want to watch. This is a girl who plays. She's competitive. She's passionate. She's not a bad looking sister. Got a little bubble on her. She dressed in fly feminine clothes. That's what made people want to watch the WNBA. They didn't want to watch no damn man body Caitlyn. They didn't want to watch that. I mean, but they're watching it now for the competitiveness of it. But people were tuning in to see Angel. Let's be real. And listen, all the media coverage of Caitlin Clark is overwhelmingly positive and sanitized. It's curated. They don't never criticize Caitlin Clark for nothing, no matter what she does. Remember when she was flopping around? They were clowning her ass for flopping around last season. They barely touch her and she's flopping around on the floor. Yeah. So when she plays aggressively or talks trash, the media, they excuse that. Well, that's just competitiveness. And when Angel Reese does the same thing, oh God, look at her, she's ghetto. Oh God, she's classless and ghetto and disrespectful. Oh God, more black fatigue. I got black fatigue. Shut up. So yeah, the media protects Caitlin Clark. Yeah. See, that's the thing. The Angel Reese is loved by the culture. She's loved by the grassroots. The streets got her. Caitlin is promoted by the corporate structure. Reese, she's been embraced by the culture, music artists, college communities, black girl empowerment spaces. Caitlin is propped up by the white media, white news anchors, mainstream sports media. Yeah. And, there's tension there because Reese didn't have to play by their rules to win. And Angel Reese's her grassroots rise, that basically challenges the need for corporate gatekeeping, you see, because the Angel, her notoriety and her cultural success, that shows that you don't really need ESPN or Nike and none of them to really crown you. The people will prop you up. So that threatens the old model. See, the old model of corporate manufactured stars, see, where Angel Reese became a household name without needing the white media to validate her. And that level of independence, see, that makes you more powerful. They don't like that. See, that they look at you as dangerous. They don't like black folks who can get things popping without white people validating them. They really don't like that. You see, oh, do we have conservative Chris in here? Oh, let me hear conservative Chris because he has a lot to say about black women and the black community. Conservative Chris, hop on in here.
What's going on, Tariq?
What's going on, Mr. Conservative Chris? Boy, you've been talking greasy about the black community lately. What's that
Oh
about?
yeah, I had to put a little grease on that fire. I got black fatigue, man. It's overwhelming.
Wow. But you're
Yeah.
black, so are you tired of yourself?
Oh, and I'm tired of the other blacks.
But just not you.
No, I'm the good black.
What makes you good?
Oh, I got sense, and I'm a conservative.
Most black people have conservative views, so what makes you different?
I actually act on it.
Act on it how?
With my disposition and how I deal with my life and everything, and how I talk to other people and treat them.
How? What makes you so different? You're not explaining.
Oh, it just there's a stark difference. It's just I don't really know how to go into describing it.
Basically, you know how to kiss white ass a little bit better, right?
No, I haven't worked for a white man in over 2 decades, and I don't have white friends that I necessarily hang out with. So no, that's
No, no, no.
totally
That don't mean
wrong.
you don't have to hang out with folks to kiss that ass. It
Oh
ain't
yes,
about.
you do.
No,
You got
no.
to be close to an ass to kiss it.
No, 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 no. You can kiss virtual ass. You can kiss ass virtually. You dig? Just like you can deliver Postmates with food. You ain't got to go to the restaurant and order. You can phone in the ass kissing, which is what you do.
Okay,
Yeah,
DoorDash. Okay,
yeah. You door
but
dashing the ass kissing. Now,
but
what?
look,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I wanted to talk about why the blacks are so upset with Caitlyn.
The blacks,
So
the blacks.
yeah,
Oh
the
yeah, yeah. Go
blacks.
ahead. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
me.
so the reason they're so upset with Caitlyn is because we're going through this thing in America where black people aren't. Ever since Deontay Wilder got knocked out by Tyson Fury, uh, yeah, ever since then, and then we got the European white basketball players that are doing better, and now we have a situation. We got this white girl. So if black people lose basketball and boxing, we're almost out the game because
Really,
they're dancing good as blacks too. The
really.
whites,
So we
yeah,
gonna
that's
lose
pretty much.
basketball to Caitlin Clark.
We're losing it to white Europeans that they're drafting over here. That's Jokic, and, Luca and all them. That's kind of true though, but
Really.
you're not really. Yeah, I think black people are scared if they lose their sport and their dance influence, they're not gonna really have anything left.
So if these basketballs are so great, how come they're not great in Europe?
Because of marketing, but they're
Mm,
drafting. Yeah, it's just the marketing aspect. They don't have the money to really put behind it.
yeah, well, they're trying to find a great white hope, and that ain't working. These guys ain't that good. Who's the European LeBron?
Probably Jokic. Yeah.
What's his name?
What's his name? Jokic? Yeah.
You
Yeah,
saying he's
Jokic.
good as LeBron?
Oh yeah, he'll is he good as LeBron? No, he's not good as
There you go. I
LeBron.
know you ain't that much of a
He's not good
Sambo.
as
I know. There you go. Your
it has nothing to do
your
with
Sambo
Sambo.
spirit wouldn't even let you tell that lie. Yes, your Sambo spirit had to stop you on that one. You're like,
Yeah,
wait a
he
minute.
said, look,
Your conscience. You know how the angel and the devil popped up. The devil popped up like, hey, I'm evil, but I ain't that much of a Sambo. I can't go
yeah,
along with that. I can't go.
the
I'm
angel and
Satan,
the
and I can't
Caitlin.
go along with that bullshit. Come on now. That's why you're overselling the bullshit now. Lord. All right, conservative.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me wait. Some people want to holler at y'all, I think. Hold on.
All right.
Let me get some people. National Reparations Commission. What's going on, brother?
On, bro.
I'm good, man. How
I-
are you?
I'm chilling, man. I'm just laughing at Mr. Conservative Chris here. I'm happy you flamed his ass up because I just was about to bring that point up, right? While he's talking about why we're afraid of possibly losing basketball, and you brought it up. They're bringing these European players here, right? And they trying to prop them up as the face of the league, right? But the difference is these people ain't Larry Bird. Larry Bird was good old home style, raised in the USA white boy. You're
Mm-hmm.
not finna bring all these Europeans over here and think that these white Americans are necessarily gonna cater to that, right?
Right.
So the last time that we saw a white European player really be put on a pedestal like that was Dirk in his prime. But even then, he wasn't seen as the face of the league. But they trying to make the Jokics, and then what's the other little dude, the Serbian guy? They good friends. Who is it? Is Jokic
Luca.
and and Doncic. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Luca and Jokic. They want to make them oh man, they the best in the league, and the Americans just ain't buying it. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, brother.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, brother. All right, conservative Chris. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, conservative Chris. Yeah, but my brother made a good point. Yeah, these guys ain't Larry Bird. Larry wasn't about shit, but Larry had a little something. Larry had that little bullshit ass jumper. He had the little fadeaway. Y'all remember, y'all old enough for he had his little old punk ass, his little old fadeaway jumper that he would do that white folks really pumped up. Yeah, he was the great white hope with his little punk ass jumper that he would do. But yeah, he could play. He could hang with some of the big dogs. He could hang with some of them, but white folks had to put extras on him. Yeah, but yeah, these other cats ain't no Larry Bird. They've been looking for the next Larry Bird for a minute. Um, but as far as Angel Reese and Caitlin, Caitlin, she gets rewarded for basic moves that Angel Reese gets criticized for. So speaking of 3-pointer, like Caitlin, she makes a 3-pointer. Oh God, she's a legend. If Angel Reese, she blocks somebody or trash talks, oh, that's a problem. So Clark is just constantly being elevated. Yeah. And Angel, she's resented because she just doesn't need that white validation.
Slide on that rude work. Slide on that rude work. Slide on that rude work. Slide on that